let's talk about the power of context. When we're instrumenting our code with observability, the thing that gives us the most power is the context around which we instrument our data. Let me explain. So if you have some data that you want to instrument, let's say job was enqueued. That's an event. So I like to think of instrumentation as instrumenting events in my app so that I can replay those events in my observability tool. Okay, so we're instrumenting events. If I say job enqueued and I just give it the job class as an attribute, which is the context, and that's all I give it, kind of useful, sort of. If I give it job enqueued, the job class, the job ID, the queue, now I can do a lot more things with that event. I have a lot more context around that event, and it gives me more querying options. I can say, show me all the jobs that were enqueued in a specific queue. Group the jobs that were enqueued events. Group the job enqueued events, by queue. How many jobs are enqueued in the within 5 minutes queue, for example? If I then have job ID and job class and job queue and arguments and delay and latency, and we compile more and more context into a specific event, is my point. And the more context that we add, the more powerful our querying becomes, because it's gathering context on these events, and that context multiplies. So if you have lots of context around one event, that becomes a lot more useful. Lots of context around two different events, the two different events separately are way more useful. And then the combination of those two events, querying both of them, becomes, so my point is it gets exponentially more useful the more context you add. It's not like let's add 5 more attributes and it'll be like, twice as effective. The more attributes you add, the more effective it becomes, so long as you're instrumenting the right attributes. There are some attributes that are less useful than others, but that's for another day. So the more context you gather, the more exponentially useful your instrumentation will become. And with that, I will leave you. Bye.